So at first, Minister, after you had gone to report me in front of President Tinubu and said all sorts, anyway, I am not beholden to you. My job is accountability.
You are too small for me to report you to the president.
No, but they are empirical.
You are too small
Minister,
for me to
Minister, let me speak. Minister, let me speak. I have empirical evidence. The world watched it on the commissioner of the project when you mentioned the questions I asked you to the president. That was reporting me to the president officially. The world watched it, so you don't need to dilly-dally about the empirical facts. I don't talk without facts, Minister. You know, when I have my facts, I talk. And I insist on my question when I ask on cost.
Let me only address you.
Minister, you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You spoke for over 20 minutes, over 10 minutes.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But let me speak. Let me speak. You will not allow me speak.
Wow.
You see, if you can just keep quiet and be calm and just allow me speak,
I don't just talk.
My question still persists as regards the cost per kilometer.
Minister, allow him speak.
That we don't have a right to know the cost per kilometer. Even if it's an undulating landscape, give us all the facts and the details of the cost per kilometer.
He doesn't know what he's speaking and he's on TV.
Hey, this minister as regards the loans taken.
Minister Dormaahene, Minister for Works.
Listen to me.
Minister, you will not allow me to speak. The minister will not allow me to speak.
No. Don't do that with me.
Minister will not allow me to speak.
I was in your studio.
Minister will not.
And the first section was
very normal.
And
right?
I ran the figures. And what you're asking us is 750 kilometers of coastal highway. We should tell you cost per kilometer. So you multiply by 750.
What is the damage here?
No, so tell me the cost per kilometer. There's nothing too hard for you to tell me that figure. You've not still told me that figure, so I was right on that point. The second point,
because you don't understand anything.
The second point I'm trying to make is
you don't understand anything. I'm a professor in this field.
Okay.
You don't understand anything.
What university gave you professorship in this field?
And you cannot ask me to tell you a cost.
What university gave you professorship in engineering? I didn't know you were Professor Mai, Minister. I didn't know. So please, you've not been able to. You've never.
I'm professor in practice.
In practice.
Professor in practice.
Okay.
I understand engineering very well.
So secondly,
and you have no knowledge of what you asking.
If you will let me,
you have no knowledge.
Fantastic question.
So you keep quiet
professorship
and then stop.
My goodness,
Minister,
this journalist is so smart.
Keep dignifying yourself and let the world see you for who you are.
My goddess, what a fantastic journalist we have in Nigeria. This guy is so unprecedented that this is the kind of journalist we need in Africa. Fearless, bold, and intellect, asking very important questions. And the ministers we have, ministers who are full of themselves, who feel they are up there and you are down there, you are nobody, and so you can't ask them questions of accountability. Now, what's the story all about? So the minister revealed that the central government has extended the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway by 100 kilometers to pass through Edo State, bringing the total length to 800 kilometers and covering 9 states. Now, the minister addressed criticism with funding, saying that 30% of the money used for the construction was in Naira and 70% was a loan, which has been oversubscribed by 100 million USD, meaning that the financial institutions found the cost project effective. And that was when Rufai Oseni wanted to find out the cost of a kilometer of road. So by so doing, you just add up and you know the total cost of the road, so that you don't give room for the politicians to add up, go and do their tallying, and they will inflate the prices. But the minister said that he wasn't going to give him the cost per kilometer until the entire project was over. And that was when the back and forth started, with the minister trying to downgrade the journalist and even trying to, overlook him. But the journalist proved to him that he is a trained and developed journalist in Nigeria.
Very disrespectful, because this is my profession. And I was in your studio, Dr. Abate, and I ran the figures from the basis, takeoff sheets, and arrive at the cost. Now, what Rufai is asking me to do is to give him cost per kilometer, from Section 1 at Ahmad Bello Way in Lagos, down to Cross River, Calabar. And that is very unfortunate because he wants to learn engineering from the back door. There is no 2 sections or even within a road project, even where there are no challenges, that you can get a cost of 1 kilometer the same with the cost of the other kilometer. And I thought that I had sufficiently, explained the cost of the coastal highway. And I thought that each time there was award of any kind on infrastructure and other awards in Federal Executive Council, would always come out and then give out the analysis, to the public. And so what Rufai was saying was very inciting. And I think he's very good at doing this, and he should desist from that, because it's actionable. Number one, the Section 1, the 30% component of it is, Naira denominated. The 70% is a loan component. And he knows that this loan component was put out to the public, by the developmental bank, the Dutch bank put it out to the public, to financial institution. And he knows that this, subscription, it was oversubscribed by $100 million. And they said that, the cost of the coastal, highway was very cheap. And they had to come to site to, inquire about the standard, why the cost should be that low. And so I have done all that I should do. But if you decide to stay, before the public and then, damage information because you don't like one administration, the other, it's very unfortunate. But that job is ongoing. And I hope that Rufai will have the opportunity to follow the road, one time, to appreciate what the president is doing. Now, he took on me again on wing homes. And I want to, put him on a task. These wing homes, I'm sure that he had decided not to understand, the truth about it. The woman that is in charge of wing homes development, from available facts before me, bought 12 hectares of land from the villagers, the natives, according to her, in 2022, and bought it 12 hectares for 50 million naira, not dollars, 50 million naira. And these investors, from what I have, because they have contacted me, two brothers bought 5 hectares. One person bought 5 hectares. That is 10 hectares already, and they're all based in Nigeria. And as of 2021, she had started selling, but the document I have says she bought this land in 2022 and only 12 hectares, and then she was selling 21 million naira, not dollars, in 2021. And as at the time we started construction, she started selling a plot for 70 million, and a plot is 675 meters squared. That is what her own plot, was said to be. Now, these are the questions. Who are these investors? That's number one. Number two, you bought, 12 hectares within a very developed area, for 50 million in 2022. If you go there, you see a lot of houses around there. And so how come, was it properly bought from the native? That's number two. Number three, did you register the concern with Lagos State government? Can you put up the document before the public? You should send it to, the attorney, Mr. Rufai.
Minister, I would like to interject. This
so that is about long. The coastal highway.
Minister, yes, Minister, I would like to interject. This monologue is quite long. So at first, Minister, after you had gone to report me in front of President Tinubu and said all sorts, anyway, I am not beholden to you. My job is accountability.
You are too small for me to report you to the president.
No, but they are empirical.
You are too small
Minister,
for me to
Minister,
report you to the
Minister, let me
president.
speak. Minister, let me speak. I have empirical evidence. The world watched it on the commissioner of the project when you mentioned the questions I asked you to the president. That was reporting me to the president officially. The world watches, so you don't need to dilly-dally about the empirical facts. I don't talk without facts, Minister. When I have my facts, I talk. And I insist on my question when I ask on cost.
Let me only address you.
Minister, you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You spoke for over 20 minutes, over 10 minutes.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But you will not allow me speak. You see, If you can just keep quiet and be calm and just allow me speak, I'll be happy. The question still persists as regards the cost per kilometer. You cannot tell me that we don't have a right to know the cost per kilometer. Even if it's an undulating landscape, give us all the facts and the details of the cost per kilometer. That's all we'll ask for. Other questions as regards the loans taken.
Let me finish. I won't keep quiet for you to damage information.
Let me finish.
Listen to me.
Minister, you will not allow me to speak. The minister will not allow me to speak.
No. Don't do that with me.
Minister will not allow me to speak.
I was in your studio.
Minister will not allow me to speak.
And when the first section was on, and I ran the figures. And what you're asking us is 750 kilometers of coastal highway. We should tell you cost per kilometer. So you multiply by 750. That's nonsensical.
No, so tell me the cost per kilometer. There's nothing too hard for you to tell me that figure. You've not still told me that figure. So I was right on that point. The second point...
Because you don't understand anything.
The second point I'm trying to make is
You don't understand anything. I'm a professor in this field.
Okay.
You don't understand anything.
What university gave you professorship in this field?
And you cannot ask me to tell you a cost.
What university gave you professorship in engineering? I didn't know you were Professor Mahi, Minister. I didn't know. So, please, you've not been able to... You've never...
I'm professor in practice.
In practice.
I'm professor in practice.
Okay.
I understand engineering very well.
So secondly,
and you have no knowledge of what you're asking.
If you will let me...
You have no knowledge.
If you will let me ask questions.
So you keep quiet.
Okay.
And then stop,
okay. Minister, it's all right. Keep dignifying yourself and let the world see you for who you are. If you allow me speak... The other 100 kilometers that you said they've added to it, we would like to know the cost per kilometer of that one. And the Winsome Homes, the case is in court. Now, I would like to know the cost per kilometer for that one. I would like to also know the over 700 billion first tranche of loan you guys got for this project. Has the money been spent? How was the money deployed? I would also like to know. I would also like to know the terms of that loan. All right, how many years? What's the payback period? What's the payback moratorium of that loan? And for the Winsome Homes, isn't it interesting that as somebody that's been a governor in the state, you know the law, a case is in court, and then you're coming to talk about the details of the cases in court. Because you denied that the case was not in court, now you've already accepted that the case is in court. So is it not just better you thrash it out with the woman that is been reporting a case in public that we all heard, and I ask you questions based on that? So, Minister, just answer the questions. I've got no axe to grind with you. You know that. We've spoken many times. In fact, when your people called to book, I booked them, and I said you should come on air. So please just tell us those information. It's very important, Minister.
I'm not hearing, even though this guy is not. Yes, you know, in certain cases in court, you say, you know, you do no case submission. Rufai does not know what he's talking, and I think he should come to learn, you know, one, how to talk. Number two, Mayo.
He answered the question. How have the loan been spent? What's the cost per kilometer of these new 100 kilometers? How much is it going to cost? And how has the cost been spent?
All right, Minister Mahi, you have the floor now to please respond to the questions that have been posed to you.
Okay. Number one, you know, this guy makes me, it makes me, to laugh, at a very high level of ignorance. I was in Edo State, and I said, listen, the president has directed, 100 kilometers of the coastal highway to pass through Edo State. And this man is asking me how much per kilometer. This 100 kilometers has not been designed. There has not been a soil report.
Tell me what you think about this journalist. Was Rufai Oseni, the journalist, arrogant? Or you think the Minister for Works, David Umahi, was the arrogant one? Leave your comment in the comment section.